I actually don't know where to begin. It was the biggest disaster of the convoy, possibly, and the worst moment of my life. We were driving at like 3 in the morning, it was pitch black, and the road was the worst road I have ever seen in my life. It literally, like, I cannot even describe. Mud, craters, potholes the size of the Micra. One of the best moments was driving behind the Micra and just see it disappear at the top, like poking out. And I accidentally caught the oil sump. Basically, it was leaking oil everywhere, and it was pitch black. So luckily, Richard was in the car with me and helped collect the oil. And then we tried to fix it, didn't work, tried to continue. We were stranded in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night, and we had no idea what to do. So we left the tray collecting the oil and went to sleep. And then we were hoping the next day we could head to the nearest town.
So, driving on really sketchy, dodgy roads, we have hit the sump on something or other, and it's now pissing engine oil everywhere. We're in the middle of goddamn nowhere. So yeah, we're in for a long day. I don't really know how we're going to fix this right now, if I'm honest. So yeah, the global convoy has come to a bit of a halt momentarily.
Next morning we woke up and then we tried to find a solution because it didn't work, all repairs we've done.
So what have you been doing whilst everyone else has been sleeping?
I've been fixing the car with basically an entire roll of duct tape.
So we tried to do during the night and the morning didn't work out, so we drove to Micra, finding a town, some kind of tow truck that could pull to a city or something.
For the third time, the Skoda's leak hasn't been able to be stopped, and so we're sending Rich off to the next town, which is a long way away on some very poor roads, to get help. Hopefully he doesn't break down.
The first thing we come about to is an oil refinery, which after a lot of language barrier, we managed to actually get the guy to bring a Russian van.
Middle of Kazakhstan, and we haven't seen anybody in hours, like literally hours, like since nightfall was here, and now it's about close to midday. There's a car we think is approaching. We don't know. It's just that far off in the distance. So if he comes up to us, we don't even know.
Apparently that car is so good they're off-roading in a direct line straight towards us.
God, Kazakhstani people are fucking awesome.
Kazakh people are the best. The radio started making noises. We don't know if it's Rich or...
It's aliens.
Aliens or bandits. Bandits! I just sound that one for now, but the rest of it gets here.
Told the whole thing to the oil refinery.
I'm having my dream of driving in my favourite car, the Tablin, with towing my other favourite car, the Skoda. I think we'll be able to fix it. It's all looking quite good, so we'll just have to see what happens as it happens and hope that Skoda makes it.
Where they weld the whole bottom oil sump. Everyone just had a good time, including the workers who just watched the whole thing.
Ramstein? Oh, Ramstein, yeah.
So it was pretty stressful getting here. We had Rich driving a car with no power brakes, no power steering, and an oil leak. Well, no brakes at all apparently. So he had both hands on the wheel and the handbrake. So he was telling Joel what to communicate to me via walkie-talkie, which sometimes didn't work. I was then speaking Russian, my first language, to our Kazakh driver, his first language, to make sure that we didn't yank the front suspension off the car. Eventually we got him to an oil rig facility, and then now we've lost all our oil. They have given us straight out the ground fresh oil, like, I don't, virgin oil? What would you call this? Like,
What are they sawing? At first they started welding, and I thought that was gonna work out. And then he just pulled that shit out.
so a little shout out to Rich, who has been absolute rock these days, and is now somewhat dead as a result. He was like on it with all the oil, saving and refilling.
So we got the car fixed and we're trying to get to Uzbekistan at this point. The roads were just as good as normal, but now they're all muddy, and then it started to rain, which made everything way more fun. We were now off the main road because the main road was so bad we couldn't drive on it. So we're on these sort of mud roads and sand roads, and the Skoda and the Micro were just getting stuck all the time. It was a mess. Absolute mess.
Lots of people driving the Titanic at night. It's like you turn and like minutes later you get a response.
Yeah.
And we were driving for probably another day, I think, until we finally hit tarmac in, I can't even remember the name of the town. I was just so tired and just gone. I do remember kissing the tarmac because it was so long since we'd seen it, and it was just incredible to find tarmac again.
So Rich, explain to me right now at this moment, how do you feel?
I am extremely happy and relieved to have made it to a main road after 3 days of shitstorms and, well, craters the size of my car. God knows how these cars survive such an insanity of a road.
So after we made it out of Fury Road somewhat alive, we rested at the first hostel we could find, which wasn't a hostel, so we slept in the cars, which sucked.
Good morning.
Then after that, we just ploughed on towards the Uzbekistan border. Day something on the convoy. We're heading into Uzbekistan now, hopefully. We're still not sure of the situation after the death of their president, and we have just seen 2 big trucks with United Nations flags coming out the other way. So I'm sure it'll be fine, but we'll have to keep our wits about us.
Okay, so what are you doing, Max?
So, Uzbekistan, at the border control, they often search your electronics for provocative imagery or porn. So I'm going through my laptop and phone, making sure there's definitely nothing that can be misconstrued as porn. As you can see, the road conditions, the weather are making it quite difficult, but we've got about 10k to the border, so I should have time. Not that there's anything on here at all anyway.
Oh my god, I can't see a fucking thing out here.
Just made it to the border, and then must have spent what, like 20 hours waiting, like queuing, moving inches at a time with the car. But I think we made the most of it. Day 1 at the border. Passengers are becoming impatient and finding their own sources of entertainment. That whole bottle cost us 800 tenge, which is about £1.80.
We started going through the border, we got put into a big, huge, it was literally a gigantic cage. That was just like a people cage, I don't think. It was the no man's land.
So we think we just found the friendliest border in the world. Rich, how'd it go for you?
Okay, so we rocked up to like their inspection pit. They opened the bonnet, the boot, sorry. Saw the ukulele, played the ukulele a bit, saw the Viking hat, pointed at it and laughed, and then told us to bugger off.
It's pretty nice. Yo, Joe, can you describe our border experience?
Yeah, so the guy literally looked at the boot, like once, or the trunk as we say, pulled the trunk open, just looked at it, goes, shit. And then looks at us, he's like, you guys have any guns? Do you have any weed? Do you have any narcotics? Do you have any drink? No? Good, get the fuck out of here.
Sadly though, we're now in a huge queue.
That's awesome.
To get into Uzbekistan, and it's going to be a long day.
It's gonna be a really long time.
And so we had a lot of free time, so we got out a bottle of vodka, decided to try and make some friends, and we did. Took a bunch of Becca's little shot glasses and started meeting a couple of guys.
Yeah, it's very good.
Guys, and before we knew it, one of the guys that we're doing shots with runs up to one of the guards and starts screaming at him and tells us to move up to the front in front of everybody. And we just get to the front of the line for anyone else. It's weird. The guy that is selling petrol through the black market, and he's talking with Andre right now about pricing.
We got a flat. Discovered that there's a hole in the other one, so we have no tyres.
So we just wanted to thank everybody who subscribed to us on YouTube so far. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, please click the button. There's a button that's on the side there. Please, just please. Ah! Also, we have a GoFundMe!